Hi, this is Aston, and this is a continuation of the big ideas from Tyler Cowell. So, in my previous video, I did make a little mistake when I was answering one of the questions. So, when I was answering the question, I mentioned it was comparing economics to medicine, but I didn't really give the whole picture because all I said was that complex problems have a simple solution. That's only half the question, and that means it's only half the answer. So, let me tell you. The question was, as Nobel Prize winner and New York Times columnist Paul Krugman has noted, the field of economics is a lot like the field of medicine. They are fields where knowledge is limited, both are new, as real as scientific disciplines, and where many cures are quite painful, opportunity cost, but where regular people care deeply about the issues. What are some other ways that economics and medicine are alike? Now, in the book, they mentioned that both economics and medicine, they both have complex problems, and I did say, and it was partly correct, that they do have simple solutions, but these problems vary. I also said that last time, but I didn't go into detail. So I'll give you an example. Medicine, for example, it can be as complex as cancer, removing a tumor, or maybe, I have no idea, actually, I'm not really that good in science. But it could also be pretty simple, like a common cold, maybe. While economics, it can be as simple as the economic problem, how much to produce, for who to produce, what to produce. And then it can be as complex as political problems, economical or social problems, right? So all these will have an issue on our lives and will also have economic consequences. So my answer, at least, to that question was that these problems do have very simple solutions, and at least solutions to not for the issue, like for example cancer, but the prevention of it. Okay, we can't stop a recession. That doesn't mean that it has to be so severe. In the same way, sometimes diseases are unavoidable, like for example cancer. Maybe you're just unlucky. Like for example, my dad's brother, he got cancer at 18 years old. But there are ways to prevent it. Of course, better quality sleep, exercise, a good diet, and of course if you want to prevent lung cancer or something, don't smoke, don't vape. Those are all carcinogenic. So just cut those activities out. So in the same way, recessions, while unavoidable, they can be softened, right? For example, using monetary and fiscal policy. That can help soften the recession and can help the economy bounce back. So, like once again, I said that many of these issues are mental and also social. Here's the issue. You want to become healthier, let's just say. You want to stop smoking. Healthier, stop smoking. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we have to first stop smoking. Easy. The solution is easy. Stop smoking. Okay, how do we stop smoking? That's terrible. There's withdrawals. Then you also have the social issues, because, for example, taking a smoke break, then you have, okay, I told you the withdrawal symptoms, so there's addiction to it, obviously. And in the same way, for example, when you're experiencing a boom, right? Now, with a boom, there's inflation issues that we have, and the government wants to obviously control inflation as one of their macroeconomic objectives. Now, one way they can do that, of course, is by using contractionary fiscal and monetary policy. Or let me give you a better example, the national debt. The US, for example, I think is over $6 trillion in national debt, and one solution to solving these national debts is to just stop buying, or maybe using austerity measures, or just simple contractionary fiscal policies, right? This way you increase taxes, but you cut government spending. That way you can make more money, and then you buy less. Obviously, there's less imported also because there's less demand in the economy overall. So that way you save. But then it sounds easy. The solution is simple, but then the problems are hard. For example, funding of schools and education. The US already has a huge issue with education, especially in their more rural and smaller areas. they don't really have good quality education, good quality teachers. Teachers are quitting. There's not enough pay. And even the government workers, for example, will end up quitting. Then what? People just suffer. Intergenerational equity is important, but at the same time, you can't neglect the needs of the current generation. So, in the same case, it is a social and, of course, big mental issue, because the real impact, of course, is on the government budget, is on the debt and everything. But the human impact is a side we can't ignore. When you stop funding those schools, when you stop circulating money into the economy, people's jobs are taken away from them. People lose money. They lose their wages. They go into a depression. They go into a spiral. Some people can't get jobs. Government-funded programs are, of course, reduced because of less spending. Then what happens to them? The real human impact is ignored. Now, I know I kind of went off topic to comparing it to medicine, but in the same way, the issues are both social and the issues are both human. They're human issues. The solution is simple. Getting to the solution is hard. That's what I want to say. That's how economics and medicine is similar. Thank you. One take. Bye.